Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel, Université. This YouTube channel is particularly dedicated to the aspirants of various competitive examinations as well as the aspirants looking for opportunities to develop their skills, especially language skills. So without wasting any more time, let me begin the class. So today's topic is government, and the first question here is, what is a government? So I'd like to tell you that a government is an institution that looks after the affairs of a country, looks after its people's welfare, and also protects its people from internal as well as external dangers. And if we see the definition here, it is a group of people elected, appointed, or nominated as per the procedures of the Constitution of India to rule over us or make laws and take important decisions, maintain law and order in our country, and provide such services as are essential for the overall development of a nation or its people. For example, services like education, healthcare, and infrastructure, or basic infrastructure, I would say, for the welfare of its citizens. So, in a nutshell, a government is an institution or a group of people which has the powers or authority to make laws, take decisions, maintain law and order, and also provide public services, for example, education, healthcare, and infrastructure for the welfare of citizens. So in Hindi, if we say what is a government या सरकार क्या है, तो आम भाषा में ये समझते हैं कि सरकार वैसी संस्था का नाम है जिसमें कुछ लोग होते हैं जिन्हें संविधान के द्वारा ऐसी शक्तियां और ऐसे अथॉरिटीज दी गई हैं जिनके माध्यम से वे लॉज बनाते हैं यानी कानून बनाते हैं, महत्वपूर्ण निर्णय करते हैं जो हमारे देश और हमारे देश के लोगों के कल्याण से संबंधित हो और उनके हर प्रकार के विकास से या सर्वांगीण विकास से संबंधित हो। ये सारे निर्णय करने का काम सरकार का होता है और इसकी शक्तियां उन्हें संविधान से मिली हुई हैं। इन शक्तियों के माध्यम से ही सरकार या सरकारें अपने देश के नागरिकों का या अपने देश का सही विकास कर सकते हैं और सही कल्याण कर सकते हैं। अब हम नेक्स्ट सेक्शन की तरफ मूव करते हैं जो कि है गवर्नमेंट के विंग्स यानी पार्ट्स से संबंधित, यानी गवर्नमेंट के भागों से संबंधित। Here the first question is, what are the parts or wings of government? So let me tell you that there are three parts of government which we will know about briefly in the coming minutes or moments. So the first part or wing of the government is called the legislature. It is indeed one of the very important parts of the government because it has the responsibility as well as the authority to make laws for not just one part of the country or the concerned territory, but every other part of the territory. For example, the Indian Parliament has the authority to make laws, bylaws, and regulations for each and every part of India. Besides, another responsibility of the legislature or Parliament of India is discussing important issues concerning the country or facing its people. If you have ever seen the parliamentary debates, it's quite common to see that the elected representatives actually get sometimes involved into discussions after discussions with regard to the subjects or the problems faced by the country or its people. It actually brings to the attention of the executive the important issues concerning the people of a country. For example, the Indian Parliament, if you have seen the debates, the MPs or elected representatives mostly discuss important issues which are affecting any part of the country or its people. So what the legislature does is it creates laws or bylaws or regulations for one or the other part or the complete Indian territory, and then hands it over to the executive for its implementation. अगर मैं हिंदी में कहूँ तो जो लेजिस्लेचर है या जो संसद है उसका काम कानून का निर्माण करना है और कार्यकारी परिषद को वो बने हुए कानून या निर्मित कानून सौंप देना है, जिसको कार्यकारी परिषद अपने अधीन या अपने दिशा निर्देश में काम करने वाले अधिकारियों के माध्यम से देश के जिस भी भाग के लिए वो कानून या नियम बनाया गया है, या यदि पूरे देश के लिए वो नियम या कानून बनाया गया है, वहां पे लागू करवाना होता है। अब हम मूव करते हैं नेक्स्ट पार्ट की ओर। लेजिस्लेचर के कानून बनाकर एग्जीक्यूटिव को देने के बाद उस कानून का एक रूप से या समान रूप से या अलग अलग रूप से पूरे देश में लागू होना या करवाना, इसकी जिम्मेदारी एग्जीक्यूटिव की होती है। इसके अलावा कुछ इम्पॉर्टेंट इश्यूज पे एग्जीक्यूटिव को रिस्पॉन्सिबल मानते हुए उनसे जवाब मांगा जाता है यदि किसी कानून के लागू होने में किसी प्रकार की समस्या आ रही हो, या कानून ठीक से लागू ना हुआ हो, या कोई भी राष्ट्रीय या अंतर्राष्ट्रीय मुद्दा देश के लिए चुनौती बन सकता हो। इस विषय में एग्जीक्यूटिव से लेजिस्लेचर में जवाब मांगा जाता है। उनकी जिम्मेदारी तय करते हुए उनसे ये अपेक्षा की जाती है कि वो उस मुद्दे से जल्द निपटेंगे। ये काम मुख्यतः कार्यकारी परिषद का होता है, यानी कि देश के सामने आने वाली किसी भी चुनौती, विपदा या आपातकालीन स्थिति से निपटने का काम भी एग्जीक्यूटिव का होता है। In a nutshell, if we see what an executive does is, it has the responsibility of implementing and enforcing the laws made by the legislature, which we have already talked about, and also taking the issues concerning the country head on and resolve them as fast as possible. And this executive or this wing of the government is responsible to the legislature or Parliament of the concerned country in general, or Parliament of India in particular. When talking about the executive wing of government in India, it is important to discuss the components of the executive here. And as we can see in the definition, it includes the president, the prime minister, and council of ministers at the union level or central level. While at the state level, it's the governor and the chief minister and the council of ministers. Here, it is important to emphasize on the fact that the role of the executive is not limited only to the implementation of or enforcement of laws, but other important decisions concerning the country are taken by the executive, right? So we'll now move to the next part, which is the judiciary. Now, when we talk about judiciary, we must keep in mind that it is the only wing that has the right and authority to interpret the constitution and the laws, and its judgment with respect to the constitutional procedures and laws is final, which must be acceptable to both the legislature as well as the judiciary. However, the legislature can make amendments to the concerned law subject to the basic structure of the constitution. So let's talk a little bit about judiciary. One of the most important wings of the government in India is the judiciary, and its role its role is very important when it comes to resolving disputes and ensuring laws aligned with the constitution. So when we talk about judiciary, we must keep in mind that there are three levels of judiciary in India. The first level or apex level is the Supreme Court, or at the apex level or the first level is sitting the Supreme Court, which is the highest court of India or highest court in India. At the second level or just below the Supreme Court, at the states level or at the level of the states, sits the high courts, and below both these courts there are certain lower courts to look after the issues or disputes. This judiciary, especially the higher one, is responsible, as I have already said, for interpreting laws and delivering justice, along with the interpretation of constitutional values or constitutional procedures. So when it comes to a dispute between the executive as well as the judiciary, or executive as well as the legislature, it is the judiciary which has the right to decide as per the constitutional provisions or procedures. So judiciary has an edge over both the legislature as well as the executive. So these are the three wings of the government as we have seen. We will discuss a few more important topics in other chapters or other episodes to come. Till then, keep studying, keep working hard. Thank you very much.